Months had passed since Ghazala Din vanished into silence. Months of unanswered calls, ignored messages, and hollow promises that never came true. For the dozens of women who had trusted her, many of them friends, sisters in faith, even family, the waiting had become unbearable. What began as hope had curdled into rage, then into something worse: despair.
It had started innocently enough. Ghazala Din had built her image on warmth, trust, and sisterhood. She wasn't just another face in the crowd. She was the one who spoke about loyalty and integrity, about lifting each other up. She dressed modestly, spoke with confidence, and carried herself like someone who had everything figured out. People believed her when she said, "This investment will help us all." They handed her their life savings, their children's college funds, their emergency reserves, because she promised not only profit, but blessings.
And then she disappeared. For weeks, then months, her victims reached out. Calls went to voicemail. Messages showed only 2 gray ticks, never blue. Some tried visiting her home, only to find the curtains drawn and neighbors shrugging. Rumors spread like wildfire. She's gone abroad. She's hiding in London. She's still in Birmingham, but moving between houses? Nobody knew for sure.
Until finally a message thread surfaced, a conversation that revealed exactly how Ghazala operated when cornered. It wasn't an admission of guilt. It wasn't an apology backed by action. It was something far more insidious, a masterclass in stalling for time.
On Friday, March 4th, one of the victims sent her a message that cut straight to the point. "Hello, another 2 weeks have gone by. Are doing anything to return mine and my people's money, or are just hiding from everyone?" The tone was tired, almost resigned. This wasn't anger anymore, it was exhaustion. For a year, this person had been waiting, clinging to scraps of hope, defending Ghazala Din to others when rumors began. And now, even that hope was fading.
Ghazala Din's reply came hours later, dripping with excuses and emotional manipulation. "Are you okay? I honestly don't think why people think I'm hiding. I'm so stressed, I'm waiting as soon as I can. I will at moment my hands are tied in everything, and it's affecting me in every way. As soon as I can, I will let you know." Every word was carefully chosen to sound overwhelmed, helpless, and yet innocent. She didn't say, "I can't pay you back." Instead, she leaned on phrases like, "My hands are tied, and it's affecting me in every way." She shifted the focus to herself, painting a picture of a woman drowning in stress, as if the real victims were the ones putting pressure on her, not the ones she had wronged.
2 more weeks crawled by. The victim's patience, already frayed, finally snapped. On Friday, March 18th, another message landed in Ghazala's inbox. "Hello, another 14 days have passed now. Are actually doing something to return our money or not? It's been 1 year now. I just had a massive argument with a few people. They want their money back." This wasn't just about money anymore. It was about relationships breaking apart. Families had been torn by arguments over lost investments. Friends who once stood together in prayer now couldn't look each other in the eye. Some victims had taken out loans to invest with Ghazala. They were still paying the banks long after she disappeared with their savings.
Ghazala Din's response on Sunday, March 20th was predictable, a cocktail of false reassurance and vague promises. "Hi, hope you are well. As soon as I can get my last bit sorted, I will be in contact. PLS, don't think I have gone quiet or not doing anything, because I am trying." She was trying. That word would become her shield, her weapon. Trying meant nothing and everything at once. It allowed her to sound committed without committing to anything real. It bought her time. And time was all she needed to stay ahead of the chaos she had created.
For the victims, these messages were a cruel game of emotional manipulation. Every line dangled hope like a carrot, only to snatch it away. Some clung to her words, convincing themselves she would come through if they just gave her a little longer. Others saw through the act and seethed in silence, unable to take legal action because Ghazala was a ghost, her properties hidden under shell companies, her assets buried in accounts no one could trace.
Meanwhile, the excuses piled higher than the debt she owed. Illness, frozen bank accounts, pending transactions, unforeseen delays. Each reason sounded plausible enough to make confrontation difficult, but none came with proof. When asked for evidence, any evidence, she dodged, deflected, disappeared again. And the money? Still gone.
By 2025, Ghazala Din had perfected her art of vanishing. Those messages from March were among the last pieces of communication anyone received from her. Soon after, she blocked numbers, deleted chats, and erased digital traces where she could. The people she scammed, ordinary women, mothers, professionals, were left with nothing but screenshots and shame.
Some declared bankruptcy, others sold jewelry, family heirlooms, even cars to cover the debts they had taken on for her investments. A few fell into depression, their trust shattered beyond repair. The financial loss was devastating, but the betrayal cut even deeper.
And Ghazala Din? She was said to be living quietly, drifting between properties bought with stolen money, sometimes Birmingham, sometimes beyond. Always careful, always watching, she had built a fortress of silence around herself, peering out only to deliver the occasional breadcrumb of false hope before retreating again.
Those WhatsApp messages, the ones filled with excuses and empty assurances, are more than just digital text. They are the fingerprints of a predator who understood one brutal truth. Silence can be broken with lies, and lies, if spun well enough, can buy time. Time to hide, time to spend, time to make sure that the people she destroyed will never see justice.
The question now is, how much longer will that time last?